Kendra and Keith, we are in the middle of a very backed up traffic scene right now on I-86. You can see it goes for quite some distance behind me. This, of course, because of several roadblocks put up as police look for the fugitives. From this parking lot next door, you can see that window has 5 bullet holes in it. A tree that came down, you can see the bark very dry, inside of it rotted. And then when you take a look up, you can see the extent of the damage. We're on one of the large boats that goes out for rescues, for calls. We're joined now by Petty Officer Bossinger with the U.S. Coast Guard. There's some really cool technology on this boat. Christian Mingle and the FBI both gave me tips to keep you and your money safe if you're looking for love online. The FBI also encourages anyone who may have been the victim of a romance scam to come forward. We have all of that information on our website. That line, I have to tell you, stretches so far down the hallway. Students are here, parents are here, and just people from the community who want to help make a difference. Another We Rock the Spectrum Kids Gym is opening up in Western New York. This one will be in Amherst. It's set to open up in June. Actually, already had one donut, and you can see there are customers here already. In fact, Gary is just getting his order right now.
My life was a really dark place when I was using heroin. Every day, that was the only thing that mattered.
At just 23 years old, Kayla DeAngelo is a recovering heroin addict.
I have been Narcaned a dozen times.
For DeAngelo and most addicts she knows, needing Narcan is scary, but still not enough to help them become sober. However, for some, DeAngelo knows, the availability of Narcan becomes a double-edged sword.
That would be some sort of safety net to be able to revive them if they were to overdose.
That's something Cheektowaga police have noticed too. The department is on track to respond to 13 times the number of heroin overdoses as 2 years ago.
More and more cases where we go to a home or a vehicle where somebody's overdosed and there's a Narcan kit in there. We have several cases where people administer the Narcan themselves or somebody with them administered the Narcan.
But Assistant Chief Jim Spire says a much bigger problem is fentanyl. Despite warnings that many do not know the deadly additive is in heroin, addicts are now seeking it out.
The insanity of addiction is that you seek out the things that are most dangerous, just for the fact of it being stronger.
Experts say after Narcan, there is not enough help for addicts.
The real question is, after Narcan's administered, what happens? Is treatment introduced? Does a person just go back out and use?
And for Kayla and police, even if some may be taking advantage of Narcan, it's worth saving someone's child.
We're not going to ever do away with the Narcan as long as we can save people's lives.
I am extremely grateful to even be sitting here. I believe that there's hope in my future, and I have a purpose to live by.
Whenever Cheektowaga police officers administer a dose of Narcan, they also hand out this packet with numbers to call for help. We have that information on our website at WKBW.com. In Cheektowaga, Rachel Elzufon, 7 Eyewitness News.
I chose to kick it, and it was just one of those. Boom.
In that moment, Hamburg High School soccer player Julia Whipple knew she had a concussion.
Couldn't open my eyes. I was kind of point blank staring at the ground.
As part of her treatment, Whipple entered the University at Buffalo's concussion study.
There's really no good treatment right now for concussion.
That's something Dr. John Letty hopes to change. Instead of complete rest for weeks, doctors are now getting patients in this study moving through a controlled exercise program.
It's important to rest right after a concussion, that we know. What we don't know is how much rest is sufficient and when you should introduce controlled activity.
The study looks at middle and high schoolers with sports-related concussions. Doctors will give patients one of 2 types of a light exercise, either walking or stretching. Whipple's concussion comes at a time when there's an increased concern about head trauma in soccer. It's the #1 concussion-related sport for teenage girls.
I always hear about concussions.
Concussion protocol on the field has already changed a lot in recent years.
The increased research, we understand that there's a protocol that someone has to follow after they're symptom-free.
Patients do exercises at home and check in with doctors weekly. Doctors stress don't rush to exercise if you have a concussion. Rest is still important.
It has to be prescribed for each individual because every individual's concussion is different.
Walking the first day or two, it felt off. Through the week went by, like each time it just kept using Alvin.
In Buffalo, Rachel Elzufon, 7 Eyewitness News.
I just won $1 million.
That may take a while to set in.
I don't know. I really am excited. I think it'll hit me later.
Meet Amy McGavis. The Dunkirk woman came in second in last night's Powerball drawing.
Oh, I'm so happy for you. Oh, I am too.
McGavis and her 90-year-old husband had no idea they were about to become millionaires as she walked into the store.
I came in here to see if any of my tickets were winners. It was. It was.
McGavis is a regular at Fredonia Food Mart, where she bought the winning ticket.
We've had some $17,000 winners on the Take 5 and some scratchers that were pretty big, but nothing in the $1 million range.
She wasn't the only winner.
$6. I have a $12 winner here, and I was very proud of it till I walked in the door.
Others weren't so lucky.
When I was working, I won money. After I retired, I won nothing.
5 of us put in for it.
Yeah.
So we thought when we heard the news this morning that maybe we were lucky, but we weren't.
But as the numbers go up,
700 million. It went up to 700.
the Powerball sales are too, with a little inspiration from McGavis.
That's why you're buying?
That's why I'm buying, yes.
As for any big plans McGavis has now, she's showing her practical side.
We need a new roof.
The Fredonia Food Mart has another famous connection. The owner's daughter won gold in the 2012 Olympics. In Fredonia, Rachel Elzufon, 7 Eyewitness News.